It is September 23rd, 2012, and I am with Sarah Tagg. This interview is based on the Rosie the Riveter World War II American Homefront Oral History Project. It is based on the transcript of Angelina Alexander conducted by Jess Rigelhaupt. What information on the World War II Homefront did you learn from this interview?
I learned the, livelihood of woman Angelina. I learned her background, how she grew up, where she grew up, how she lived her life from as a child all the way to adulthood. You learned about her family and then her immediate family, her brothers and sisters, her parents, their background, what they did, where they worked, all lived her own life, her own family, her own husband, what she did, her own work. You learned it through her perspective during the World War II.
How do you think this information is beneficial for historians today?
I believe this information is beneficial for historians today because you get a better perspective and outlook of what an individual's life is like, given a certain period of time. She has stories from when she grew up all the way to adulthood, like I was saying earlier. I think this gives a closer look, closer eye into her life, what she wants, what she did, what she favored, where she worked. She worked 3 different jobs, went for 40 years, give a different perspective from a woman in the World War II front, and her point of view.
Throughout the entire interview, did you find any pieces of information you thought would be more important or more contributive to what we already know about the home front?
I found that having another woman's perspective on the American World War II front, how work played a role in her life, was very important. I know there's many different stories. She didn't work in the shipyard. She worked in the General Motors. She worked in 2 different industries. She worked with automobiles, and I think that where she stuck then, she actually joined at least 2 unions. Give a different perspective and a woman's role in society, especially when men came back and many women were sent home. She didn't want to stop working. She continued to work. I think that's very important. It shows the determination of some individuals. I think it brings a different aspect to history.
Do you feel that there were questions or topics that should have been pursued more in the interview?
I think that the interview did well. The interviewer asked questions about her childhood, asked about work and her perspective, her role in the unions. I think the interview, brought back a lot of her history and her family and, her own family. So I think that the questions were great.
Was it easy for you to follow the interview, or did it seem well organized?
The interview was very organized, and it felt like I was right there listening to what she was saying, what the interviewer was asking her. So I think everything flowed really well, and I had a great, visual, and along with the transcript. So I think it was great.
Were there any topics or questions you thought were impertinent to the interview?
I think everything kind of fit in. First talked about her family, immediate family, the parents, background where they're from, met in Mexico. Then talked about where her brothers and sisters worked. I think it all led to where she worked and her family. How her husband, I think, passed away early, and just had a different aspect. I think everything just worked out.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.